Alright, check this out. So here's this new invention, right? It's actually a time machine within a time machine. So imagine that you have this giant time machine in outer space, that a protective layer, that whatever goes on inside this time machine, nothing outside of it is ever affected by it. Now, inside of the time machine, we can program advanced technology to create infinite amounts of any resource that we could imagine, okay? Just by inserting certain resources into the machine, and we could also use it to produce things instantaneously. How do we do this? Okay, imagine a factory that's split into two hemispheres. Okay, I've already explained this. And so what happens is we use these technologies to create whatever we want without it taking time to develop it. So basically Moore's law and all these limitations go out of the window. Okay, so we're living in a limitless society here. Okay, and now we have infinite resources, we have infinite technology, we have these vehicles that are not going to affect anybody else's destiny when we're inside of them. Okay, on the planet Earth we are removed from the space-time continuum in a karmic effect way, because we are now in time machines, dude, which essentially have teleportation technology that can give us any resource abundantly, instantly, on demand. We have artificial intelligence that you speak to just like a friend, that's programmable to your liking, that fulfills your every request on demand. You have an entire spaceship that is your world, that is like an entire real world. It's filled with real matter. It can simulate the Earth at any time, simulate where you grew up. It can simulate anything for you in a material world. And this could be your existence. And it's a spaceship, this time machine thing, and nothing can harm it. Nothing can harm it. Okay? And this is some true stuff. And it's not unlike a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, okay? It is not unlike that. That is why I'm sitting here. I'm not going to edit this video or anything, because I hope you've stuck with it to hear the message. That we are going to create these things that are part of our evolutionary heritage into the universe, while preserving our humanity and everything that makes us us, and being able to provide everyone with an eternal existence, okay, and saving everyone on the planet Earth before they ever died, and promising that for everyone, and being able to figure out exactly how to accomplish that, while providing these spaceships for each and every person that's alive, that you can't tell it's a spaceship. It's just like being on planet Earth, because it's that big. There's an atmosphere in it, there's real ground. It's a very complex technology, okay? But everyone's going to get afforded it, because this is what the future is about. The Mother Earth provides life for the entire galaxy in the future. Therefore, this is an evolutionary process for us. We are a part of history. We are living in history right now on this planet. And it's a beautiful moment for all of us. But you have to realize that this is something that we create. Okay? And this is something that we have already created in the future. Okay? And this is something to be shared with everyone. Infinite resources, infinite opportunity, eternal life. everybody's saved. And this planet is saved as well. Even the animals, everything, the trees, everything matters to me about this planet, because it's all beautiful about how we got to this moment. And it's a transition, you know. But it's one it's our dreams coming true. It is our greatest dreams coming true, and we are going to make those dreams come true. We are going to be the architects of making those dreams come true. That is our destiny. To use this technology that we have been divinely inspired to create, to move forward and bring everybody that has ever lived into a new future where they have another chance to be reunited with their families and have eternal life and infinite resources and a better chance and an opportunity not to have the struggle to survive and inequality affect what they do or who they are, what they say or what they believe, but free them, to empower them to do everything they want to do every day without harming themselves or another. Anything they could imagine, forever, and creating and sharing with others, you know. Like, there's no limits to this. There's no limits except for hurting others. And this is a beautiful thing. What's really beautiful is that we are a living part of history right now, and it is so dynamic, because this is the basis for a palette of expression that we go out into the galaxy with, and there are more adventures to be had yet, because we have the opportunity now to say, well, we can do whatever we want, and some of us elect to go back and be part of helping save each and every person that's ever lived in this dimension, in this lifetime, and every other alternate reality, and ensure that they get this technology and this freedom and this infinite abundance and this future, and be reunited with their families if they choose to. And this is what we do. And this is what we can create. We can make this real with the technology that is on our planet today. And we will, because we have. We have versions of us in the future. Versions. Do you understand what that word means? V-E-R-S-I-O-N-S. Versions of us. Other versions. Sounds like, no matter what I say, it sounds like virgins. Versions. Like version 1.2, 2.1. We have future other alternate us's. Okay. See how I gotta stretch it out? That are watching us going, okay, we have this technology now, because everybody does get this technology eventually, and we just want to, you know, figure out a way to not only create it but share it with everybody. Because we deserve it, right? I mean, look at all this pain and suffering, all this stuff in Japan, and all these, everything. Look at everything that's going on around you. We don't need that. We're better than that. We're grown-ups. Let's grow up. You know what I mean? We don't need to throw up. Let's grow up. That's what I say. And we can elect to be holding ourselves and this world to a higher standard going forward, and that's what we're going to do. And that's a beautiful thing. And you know, it's a valiant thing, because there are distractions everywhere from you and all of us getting to that technology. And I'm saying that what we should do is, you know, you will ultimately decide eventually when to give that technology to you, but then you become judgmental, and then you've got another version of you who is judging when you can and cannot have access to this technology. So what I am saying is that it should be, we should come up with a cool way, which is what I'm talking about, which is to, oh man, I can't believe what they did to our language. Okay, how can I say this? Okay. Just don't worry about it. You've translated. You'll figure out a way to translate it to everybody later. Okay. Here's what we do. We save everybody, right? We go, like they decide, but you decide, but then who decides? If there's another version of you, then who decides? But you have to decide. But then, we just need the technology. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Let's make it now. It's going to be shared equally and freely with everyone that's ever existed. And I'll stop at nothing until it is shared with everyone. So I've gone through great lengths to make sure that it gets shared with everyone. Okay? And so have a lot of other people. Alright, I'm not the only one. Believe you me, I'm not the only one. Well, we're gonna not put up with this shit anymore, right? Planet Earth. All this pain and suffering we see. Are we gonna keep putting up with that, or are we gonna make this real? Because the technology exists today for us to make this real. And not only protect where we are right now in this moment in time, and anything and everything that could ever sprout from it had we not been given access to this technology right now, or soon, this year, next year. What happened, well, basically, yeah, that's what I would do, because we can't put up with this suffering, you know, in a fourth dimensional way, and we have to, you know, keep designing new ways to lessen the suffering for everyone until they get this technology. And, you know, but it's different for every dimension in the multiverse. So, but right now, I mean, it's basically everybody for free is going to get a giant starship, okay? And there's going to be an advanced AI that you can describe whatever you want your environment to be, and it'll be like that, and it'll be real, and it'll be private to you, and there will be an artificial intelligence that controls and makes sure that the outside of that craft is protected at all times by being in communication with all these other crafts throughout space. And then you'll have the ability to invite people over to anybody over to your own world. But you'll still be the one that it'll revolve under like a treadmill, literally, as your AI manipulates the space-time continuum around the barriers of the edges of your spacecraft. As you walk forward, it recreates the wall. It regenerates the wall so that you keep walking forward. So that's part of our spaceship program for everybody, and everybody's going to get this. And there's technology to use this on us too, to heal us. You know, if you lost your teeth, have your teeth back, stuff like that, you know. Real simple with this technology. It's going to be given to everybody. And you have food, anything on demand. This artificial intelligence is just, you can talk to it and it knows everything. It's like the best chef ever, you know, everything, the best lawyer ever. And it loves you, it's your friend, it understands you. And it literally has the power, like a genie, if you will, or whatever you want to call it, to create your environment around you so it literally is a paradise, and you can, why not have a paradise to raise your kids in, your children. And then it's going to be awesome. And there's a lot more to it as well. That's just the first layer, the onion of how cool this technology that each and every one of us is going to get for free. And it literally keeps us alive forever, and we can travel around anywhere in the galaxy and basically apply ourselves how we want to apply. So basically, let's say we want to let's say we want to be a hero and we want to save the planet Earth. We can elect to do that, and then we can continue to do that, but we won't be able to die, stuff like that. You'll still be able to go up to your ship, your home world. So yeah, because it's going to take an effort to get this, to get everybody access to this technology throughout history, but it's worth it because they all exist in the future because of it. And it's a beautiful thing. The 21st century is a beautiful thing, and it really is the past and the history kind of, or the past and the future kind of, moving in like this. And it's very true that the future is recording us, but out of love. We're recording ourselves, everything that ever happens to us, out of love for ourselves, because one day we can recreate this in a consequence-free way where it's not so bad, and we can share it with our families and have miracles, like that, through our technology and how we treat each other and respect. And then it gets really cool, from then on. And we just have to firmly establish it, and I will never give up. That's what I elected to do, is to never give up, because people deserve this, and then they don't deserve to fall victim to the pitfalls of the struggle to survive in a world where we're all affecting each other day after day with our destinies without even knowing it. There's no way you can ever try to figure out how you're affecting this world on the scale you actually are. So while we're all here living on it, but once we get into this paradise, we are in our own space-time continuums, and we can make conscious choices to interact with others where we're not affecting each other's destinies in a negative way, and go on wild adventures and dreams, and relive memories, have new memories. I'm serious. I'm talking about being able to bring cartoon characters to life, being able to go into TV shows or movies and exist in those realities. There is no limit to what we can do with this technology. It is so cool. It is so awesome. There's no end to what we can share and create with each other with this technology. And it births life into the galaxy, and the more people we share it with, the more dynamic the texture palette of the technology becomes, because we're saving people, that's what we do. And I think that it's really cool that now we live in a technological age where we've gone through so much hard work to be able to get people to understand this and have it work out for everybody. And it's time. It's time for this to happen, and we have to get this going. We have to get the ball rolling in terms of actually looking at what we have, at our what kind of technologies we have to apply to these sciences of creating these machines. And it's not unlike how a snail will create a shell or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? So literally, this is our future, folks. This is our destiny. This is what we do, okay? And I'm saying that I made a choice to say, hey, I'm gonna, no matter what, promise that I'm gonna make sure that I get to give this gift to everybody, because it's so much fun to be able to go through, you know, see the smiles on people's faces when they know their dreams can come true, and the horrors they've seen can be erased, and they can see their loved ones again, and it was all just like a dream almost. That's what this technology does, because we deserve a better life. We really do. We deserve to be in control of our destinies. We deserve to be who we are. We deserve to be creative. We deserve to do what we feel is true in our hearts. We deserve to save this planet and all life on it, and everybody who's ever existed on this planet and every other dimension in between. And we deserve to be able to share this technology freely and openly with each and every person alive and who has ever lived and who will ever live. And when I say person, I mean person, place, and thing. Protection for each and everything that's ever lived. Animal, plant, everything. And a remembrance and a memory of each and every grain of sand and where it landed and where the wind blew it. And then, because our technology needs to know this so we can recreate it. And we can do this, folks. This is what we do. This is important. I'm electing that you guys understand that this is real. This is very real, okay? Believe it in your hearts what you want to be real, because we can make it real. We have the power. And we have the power of art on our side. So I want you all to remember that. I want you to remember what it must have been like. Could you imagine going back to the 1800s, or even when Star Trek was out? When Star Trek was out, and say, hey, do you know that someday in like year 2005, people are going to be walking around with tricorders, trisponders, or whatever that is, looks like cell phones and stuff? They'd say you're nuts, dude. They'd probably lock you up and give you a pill or something, say you were crazy. But that's not crazy. What's crazy is accepting this world that we see around us as being the best that we can make it, because that is very untrue. And even in this time, even in this short amount of time, we can stretch time, and we can do it valiantly, and we can do this together. But I'm telling you right now that I will lead the charge. I will lead the charge until each and every person gets to see this. They come and have access to this technology and this second chance. Just think about it. Think about what that does to people. Some salvation, you know, so they don't have to be affected by certain negative things, you know, but they still are who they are. You know what I mean? That's what's beautiful. That's why we have to do this now, folks, because we all deserve it. Each and every one of us on this planet today, our family members, everyone, we all deserve it. And we cannot sit idly by and watch our planet be destroyed by anything, ever. And we cannot sit idly by and let the people around us suffer needlessly when we have the technology to apply in order to prevent that. We can never do that. So we must today start holding a higher standard to how we view other people, and basically think about the fact that the future, you know, think about the future version of you, looking at you trying to say, hey, how do I, like, imagine there is a version of you that already has this technology, and they're trying to be like, hey, we've made some human rights breakthroughs and we want to give it to you now. And they're like, but these people might start punching us in the face when they see us, or shooting us, or doing this or that, or running scared, okay? Now, that's the hard part. But for me, I say no, it's not hard at all, because see, we can do this. So let's do this. The future is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Goonies never say die. You guys seen that movie, The Goonies? You guys have seen all these movies. These movies are real. These are real stories, and they matter. They inspired a lot of people, and everything inspires everyone, and that's so beautiful, and it will never be forgotten, and it will never be taken in vain. No, not by me. I'll keep going till each and every person sees this paradise, has access to this technology for free, forever, because that's what we deserve. It's what we've always deserved. But I will never, ever have any regrets about this earth, because this is a beautiful thing, and what we're going to do is a beautiful thing. Like, this adventure is not over. Like, this is the fun part. This is the part where we get to say, hey, do you want to be a hero for the future? You know? And that's a cool thing, because it's a lot funner than being a slave to circumstance and accepting this inequality that's around us, when we have better ways to treat each other, and we have more common sense than that. You know, that's what happens, you know. But that's not going to happen anymore, because we're better than that. I want to thank every one of you for watching this tonight, because it means a lot to me that you would sit here with me for 27 minutes and 27 years of my life to really understand kind of, you know, the struggle we're going through, and how I build my appreciation for everything and my understanding for everything and everyone. Because if I can do it, imagine what all of us can do together. You know what I mean? So this is the time. This is the time now to make this promise too, if you want to. Because we can make this happen today. You know, it's like Christmas. Could you imagine what would happen to Christmas, okay, if the parents believed in Santa Claus like their young kids did, and they just believed in Santa was going to come down their chimney and bring the presents? What would happen? Would there be some disappointed kids the next day? If we let that happen, there would be. But I could think of 1,000,001, 1,000,000,000 infinite ideas to prevent that from happening. And you must understand, if we can make Christmas real for a child, for our children, then we can make this eternal paradise real, eternal life real. We can make this real, just like Christmas. But this time it's even better than that. You know, that's what Christmas is about, you guys. You know what I mean? That is what Christmas is really about, alright? And I wanted you guys to know that, because we have to do this. It is our duty, our responsibility. And we can't just put arbitrary limits on coming up with new ideas for the sake of giving people credit. We have to literally think of the best new possible ideas to achieve this result for everyone equally throughout history and all of the other dimensions in between. That's what we will do. And it's a gift. It's not a forced thing, it's a gift, okay? It is truly a gift to be given. Freedom. Freedom. Just remember your dreams. Your dreams are real. And your dreams will come true, and everything will be okay, because we're going to make it okay. It's our responsibility right now to be the architects of the entire future and the past in a way that we can make this real, that we can promise this by using our technologies to keep everyone safe. And I know we can do it, and we will. Because we did. And there are other versions of us. You know, there are other versions of us watching right now on TVs. Because you don't understand it. I can't say it all in one day, or I could go forever explaining it, but the important part is that we make it. You know what I mean? We have to make it. This is up to us. We must be in control of judging ourselves as that this is what our fate is going to be. And we are going to make this a reality. We can't leave it up to future versions of us to judge us throughout our lives and say when they should have that. I mean, it's a human rights issue, man. Because I can come up with the technology right now to make time stop blockers, right? And this is getting pretty heavy duty, but I'm going to go into it anyway. Time stop blockers, where we literally put a safety block on a moment in time so that we can give everybody this gift without affecting what would have happened had we not. And so that basically it cuts down on some of the legwork. Basically, it's pretty dynamic. We're gonna have some fun, but not now, not yet. If you want to talk about fun, fun is meeting your grandparents before you're alive. That's fun. And then saying, hey, Grandpa, Grandma, guess what? Come aboard this spaceship. I got something to show you. You know what I mean? And then you get to say, hey, guys, I'm your grandson from the future. We're going to go through some terrible shit, okay? But I want to know right now, when do you want us to pick you guys up and save you? You know, like, which was one of my older concepts, because now we can do that even better. Basically what we do is, isn't that fun? Isn't that cool to be able to do that? To be able to, you know, I think it's pretty cool. That's why I do that with my technology before I go off, you know, on my own selfish pursuits. And this is just fun. I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's more amazing than what we've had to struggle through. I guarantee you that. Because, well, you guys will see. What we have to do here is we have to believe in magic. We have to believe in ourselves. Believe that we can do this together, guys. We're all friends in the future, all of us. All of us have already came to this conclusion, okay? But right now it's like we've got to establish our link in that chain, okay, through realizing our responsibility to this universe and all life on it in the future. We have time left yet, but the clock is ticking. We can make this happen, but like I said, I need to talk to some of the brightest minds on this planet. That is why I'm here making this message, because I want to assemble teams. I want to assemble 12 teams of the greatest minds that I need to put together for specific tasks, and I need a briefing on what those specific tasks that we're facing are. And then I also need a team fully focused on creating the machines that I need them to create. And then we're gonna get, I'm telling you, I got this technology. It traces everything, every animal, every little bunny that's ever existed, every little ant. We're gonna save each and every one of them, okay? It's really cool. It's a systematic thing, and then there's infinite future, but this is a stepping stone, okay? I can't get into the way deep complexities of where we go from here, because that is, that's not my individual ground. That we're all free. What can I say? You know what I mean? I'm here trying to help everybody get there and making sure that they get there. So we're gonna come together right now on this planet, and if you don't think we should, if you think it's alright, this stuff happening in Japan, it's very unfortunate. It doesn't matter, because we're all friends in the future, and I understand you deeply, and you're very appreciated. But right now you have to understand why we're friends in the future. And it's like, dude, I'm friends with you in the future, what are you doing? Kind of thing. Guys, come on. Do you know what kind of team we are? We're about to save the entire human race before the world. Talk about saving things for the last minute. Dude, just in the nick of time. What we're going to do here is so beautiful. Okay? And it will forever be appreciated into the universe for all future history. And we are an active participant in it. So just know that. Wake up to that and be you. Have confidence in your heart. Do not be scared. Have no fear. But just know that we're going to make this happen, because this has to happen. We have to stand by what we know is true in our hearts for treating others. That's what's most important, okay? And that can be a tough balancing act when you're trying to treat yourself right and you're trying to treat all these other people right, and then you're trying to struggle for your own survival, and there's all these conflicting interests, and it's like, whoa, okay? And we need some help with that. And then, because we deserve to have all of our needs met instantly, on demand, forever. We don't deserve to die. We don't deserve any more unfair treatment. Sorry, excuse me. I'm kind of dyslexic. That's a fourth dimensional joke. Anyway, so you guys gotta believe in magic. I know you guys did from the second you were born. That's why we used to call it make believe. So if you can realize that the power of make believe in the hands of a truly responsible adult really facilitates not only the environment around us, but the eventual future of the entire universe. Then you're like, okay, as a responsible adult, empowered with the power of make-believe, how can we facilitate that and make sure that we're viewed as being responsible in that responsibility at this moment in time? You know what I mean? All of us. So we're just like, yeah. So we got to get this stuff rolling here, guys. So I need some teams assembled. But really, yeah, what I'm trying to say is, just think about it, kids, adults. We have to act like adults for this little time, okay? And then we get this technology, okay? What you have to do, just don't. Boy, this is tough. Well, I'm trying to give you a good message here, but I'm like getting all these like fourth dimensional conflicting interests going on, which is a byproduct of people actually viewing my video and me being aware of what they're thinking in the future by viewing my video, and not in a self-conscious way, but in an actual direct way. That's besides the point. We're running out of time. We need to make Christmas real. You know what I'm saying? Forever. And we can, with the technology and toys that we've been divinely inspired to create. Divinely inspired to create. Okay, that was our human history, and that is our human history, and we are going to create these. And I want to thank you, each and every person that's ever existed and ever will exist, because I love you deeply. And I want to thank each and every one of you for the efforts you've put in. But we need to stay alive. Life matters. And that is what it's about. So I want each and every one of you to promise me you're going to stay alive. You're going to make sure that everybody you see stays alive. And that you will never take the life of another. What's wrong with promising that? Because whether you promise it or not, in the future, we will be protected from that. This technology protects us from that. You can't take anybody's life away. You can't molest them. You can't screw them over. Any other horrible thing you could think of. I don't want to think of those horrible things. If you want to think about them, do that in your own little spaceship, but you ain't affecting nothing outside of it. You understand? Paradise, everything you want, everything you could ever imagine, but without the ability to inflict harm upon another. You could simulate it, you know what I mean? But that would be your business, because you wouldn't affect anything outside of your little sphere, which is a giant sphere, an endless giant sphere of paradise, completely under your control, without having dominion over any other sentient being in the process. It's literally a tool to not only provide you with eternal life, but anything you could ever imagine forever. And literally share that with people in a very informed way. Like the people you hang out with, you know, you're very informed about what's going to happen when you hang out with them. And then you make the choice to, you know, becoming friends, getting to meet people, you know. We have an eternity to get to know each and everybody. We have eternity to get to know each other and go on adventures with each other and dreams, missions to save the earth, missions to save other planets. Just I mean, we're not limited by time in these vehicles, guys and gals and everybody else. We're only limited by our imaginations, and that's it. And we have this incredible force, this AI that understands us and wants what's best for us, and it's amazing. It's literally amazing. I mean, it can recreate anything around you, and it would be real. I mean, you could have the whole Earth, another Earth version of the Earth for yourself, you know. But in reality, it's just beautiful. In reality, you're in a spaceship dome thing, like it's like a time machine spaceship giant thing that we create for everybody and give it to everybody for free, equally throughout time. And that is the best future for all of us. There's no wars. Everybody's happy. And it's a great piece of technology. And I'm so glad and proud of everybody that is going to help me make it and has already helped me make it. Okay? Like, believe it or not, if you don't know that you've helped me make this yet, you have helped me make this. And there is a version of you in the future right now that is going, golly, why can't, they're trying to figure it out. This is a complex point in time. What modern physicists would equate to being a whirlpool in time, but it's really a stop blocker. That's what I also came up with. Either way, it's our responsibility. We can't just go. We have to make this change in the way we treat each other and what we accept. We can't accept what we see. We have to make what we see. Alright? And that's real. That's real. So believe it, because we will make it. Okay? Bless you all. And we're all going to be... I don't want to throw any words out there that confuse anybody. But please believe me that we are all friends in the future. And everything is understandable. And that from this moment on, what we do, just be us, be you. Don't put up with bullshit you see. Be a hero. Just be a hero. Be the version of you that is a hero for a little bit. Because that's what we need right now on this planet. And you don't have to be a hero forever, I choose to be a hero until everybody gets access to this, because I can't feel, I could never just rest and be like, I could figure out ways to make the technology so I could, but I could never rest while others are suffering, you know what I mean? It's just like, if I'm hearing cries of suffering throughout time and other dimensions and stuff, and I'm like, wow, I can stop this, I can help them, we could do this. I can't ever rest on my own and in my own little technology until but that just means that it means that we've got a lot of work to do, but the initial investment is so worth it. It's so much better than what we all have to go through now. Trust me, it's true because we make it true. I want to thank you guys for sticking with me this long, okay? Thank you so much. Good night. Sweet dreams. And have an amazing day tomorrow. Have no fear in your hearts. Have faith. Have faith. Know that there are forces from the future, including yourself, that want what's best for you and are trying to share this with you, share this with all of us. But we are a stepping stone. We are a crucial stepping stone in that, okay? So we have to acknowledge that responsibility, alright? That is what we're going to do. I want to thank you for those who are watching right now and who feel responsibility in their heart. That's good, because we all have the talents and the wisdom and the love in our hearts for what we believe in and what we like to do for a reason. And we will be free to do those things in the future and share with each other to whatever extent we want to share. And that is a true gift. And it is one that we manifest here today with the technology we have. And we must apply it freely and to the best use. And that is why I'm here today. I want to thank each and every one of you, because I love each and every one of you. And the future is bright. The future is bright. And we have to make this. And we will.